Welcome back, folks. My name is LastKnownMeal, and today we're going to talk about Cyberpunk 2077. Now, this is going to be the last explainer video I do before Night City Wire. Map size, class videos, and all of this is made with intent to give people who didn't know much about the game a perspective of what to expect, and if you learned a thing or two along the way, it's not a bad thing. Now, there were already questions about the branching storyline and the decision system that you will be able to make in the game. Keep in mind one thing: in the world of Cyberpunk, every single action you take has a ripple effect, meaning that how you do missions, both side and main, will determine how the game is going to end. We had a similar thing in The Witcher 3, but in here it's much more deeper and fleshed out because you don't have a predefined character, so you will determine yourself what sort of principles and ideals your character has. If you want to go and shoot everyone in every mission, you can do it, but they're usually tied to certain factions that can directly or indirectly come back at you later. By factions, we can separate them into a couple of groups. First off, booster gangs that we had a chance to see in the gameplay. Not all of them, but Voodoo Boys, Maelstrom, Animals, etc. There are huge gangs in Night City, and besides them you have the 6th Street, Moxies, Tiger Claw, and Valentinos. When it comes to other factions, we have the Scavengers, for example. Now, in the big gameplay video, we had a perfect example of that. At the beginning of the gameplay, we go and actually rescue Sandra Dorset from those scavengers, and what happens is that later, as we are actually getting into a car, we get attacked by scavengers. So that's a perfect example on how something you do on a mission can backfire to you in free roam. And basically that's also with gangs. How you interact with each gang is going to matter in the game, because as we saw in the deep dive demo, at the end we have a chance to spare or kill Sasquatch, but even that mission can be done in a different way, because everything you do beforehand might help you or make it harder for you depending on the relationship you have with each faction. If you decide to go after all of them, they might get revenge on you later in the game. Now, you won't be able to join the gangs, but working with them is going to be a vital part of the game. Each gang has its own mentality, so keep a lookout on what sort of people they would want to work with in the first place. Besides the gangs, you have corporations like the ones you already know about, Militech and Arasaka. Keep in mind that simply going after them will cause even bigger consequences later in the game. And also, they're kinda heavily equipped, so even if you do start shooting them, expect them to start shooting back with even bigger guns. So even if you decide to betray someone, always have another faction that might help you, or you will have way too many enemies from all sides. And as we saw in the latest trailer, Jackie dies due to our decisions in the game, which could have been avoided if you took another way to finish the job for Dex. And because our character has an immortality chip, I'm still not sure how respawn system will work, so I believe that decisions you make will have a much bigger impact on your followers and actually on other people than you, but we have to wait and see when we get more info. Even the dialogue is interactive. Mid-dialogue something can happen which can give you an option to trigger something, either shoot someone or do an action, or calm someone down from pointing the gun at you. We saw that in the 45-minute demo when we negotiate with the Maelstrom. And just because of that, the game will have that branching storyline which will directly rely on your actions and how you play the game. Even devs said that no playthrough will be the same. There will be variations through the entire game, which is a cool thing to say. It's gonna be interesting to see how it's implemented. Besides that, you have different relationship with characters themselves, like for example Johnny Silverhand. Even he has its own agenda, and look, Johnny Silverhand is not really a nice person. The character is not really nice, so don't expect Johnny to kinda be your friend through the entire game. Again, the game does have the main storyline. There is going to be a certain narrative path to that objective, but nothing is going to tell you how you finish each mission before the end, what you do to people, like how you talk with them, it's all going to be you. But hey, that's all we know so far about the branching storyline and decision making. Again, tell me down below what you think about this and what do you like or dislike the most about Cyberpunk 2077. Click that like and subscribe button for more news and videos regarding the game, and join our growing community on Twitter and Discord. I also made a Patreon page if you were looking for an extra way to support the channel. The link is down below, and huge thanks to my current Patreon supporters. This is LKM signing out, and stay classy everyone. Bye bye.